Out of the 8 billion podcasts that claim to talk about sports, 99% of them talk football and basketball. And that's about it. That's because they don't know about anything else. And they bore you to tears. Welcome to the Sportsocracy, the Ocho, where sports meets comedy, sports analysis, laughs, and the occasional debate that'll likely blow the roof off. We're rowdy and loud and bringing the party straight to your ears.
The party has arrived.
And by the way, you don't have to be a sports fan to like this show, because we're pretty damned awesome, even when we're not talking sports. From baseball to hockey to wrestling to the UFC and beyond, we love it, and we're talking about it. And now your hosts, Armchair, hailing from Canada. He's a sports encyclopedia. And Dubs, the quintessential masshole who's always down for some lively banter and a little bit of the green stuff. And we're not talking about the outfield grass. Let's rock this. This is the Sportsocracy, the Ocho.
Don't you love it when your computer's like, hey, it's time to update, and you're like, I don't think it's time to update, and your computer's like,
actually,
computer's like, never mind, I'm going to do it anyway. I don't need your permission, and then it just does it. It was fantastic. Anyway,
you hear an echo, or is that just me?
No, I don't hear anything. I hear you.
Oh yeah, it's me.
That's you.
There we go. I'm good.
You're listening through two mics again?
I don't know what's going on, dude. There's a lot of wires over here.
Welcome in, everyone, to the June 19th. Happy Juneteenth to those that recognize the holiday. Is Juneteenth big in Boston? No.
I'll be honest, I didn't know it was a holiday until like last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah. That's civics for you anyway.
Yeah.
We have a fun episode tonight. We have lots of hockey talk. We have a couple of trades, 2 trades, 3 trades in the NHL, 2.5.
Yeah.
So at least a waiver wire pickup and a couple of trades. And we got Stone Stories. We've got continuing our Mount Rushmore around the horn. We're going third base tonight. Should be fun. But first, the very first thing, I got to give you just a little bit of the floor here. Because you deserve it.
God, it feels good to win.
Go ahead, Dubs.
God, it feels good to win after another a long drought. 16 years in between Celtics titles. That's not something this franchise does. Obviously, banner 18. We're now number 1. Suck a dick, Lakers fans. We are also 08 and 2024. Shout out to Kobe. We took both of those years from you. Took the lead, and shout out Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Horford, KP, all of them. Drew Holiday, Demon. I just got a couple talking points real quick. JT, I don't understand all the hate constantly for, like, obviously I'm biased. He's my homegrown superstar, but all the dude wants to do is play basketball and raise his son. And every time he opens his mouth, it's just nothing but hate in every comment, which it's the generation below me is the worst.
I don't have any issue with Jason Tatum whatsoever.
It blows my mind why people have issues with him. He's available to sign the Supermax. Going to get fucking paid. We'd love that. Jaylen Brown, finals MVP. Did not expect it. You could see it on his face. He was like, I just played my worst game of the playoffs, and he gave me finals MVP. We'll take it. He was locked in the whole way. Absolutely deserved it. He signed that contract extension last year. He got his Supermax, and everybody was like, why'd you give it to Jaylen Brown? No left hand, yada, yada. He showed up, and he had a hell of a fucking season, and anytime Tatum was not performing, Jaylen Brown was right there to take the reins, and that's why we had to keep both of them, and God, was it worth it. Shout out Al Horford. Finally. After winning back-to-back titles in college, he now gets his first NBA title 17 years in.
Feels like he should have gotten one before then. He always
For
just
sure.
missed.
Just missed. Is he a Hall of Famer now? I know because basketball does. It's not NBA Hall of Fame; it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. And he had 2 back-to-back titles in college. Now he's got an NBA title. Played for fucking ever.
I feel like he's probably in the Hall of like real good guys. I don't know if he's Hall of Fame worthy, but the NBA will put
NBA, the Basketball Hall of Fame puts anybody in.
They'll put anybody in. Can we talk about very briefly? We don't talk a lot of basketball on the show.
Yeah,
but I wanted to give you the floor for this.
Oh, absolutely.
We mentioned this in the Discord about how everybody just gets paid. It doesn't matter whether you're a superstar or not. Can we stop that ever?
No.
Can we is this Pascal Siakam signed his super? Was it super or was it just his max deal?
Just a max was a super.
But it's still,
he got
still
traded.
a max. It's still a max. And it's like, I like the guy. I like Spicy P. I loved him as a Raptor. He's absolutely an all-star. But I feel like Supermax deals should be like top 5 players in the league. And it's like every team gets one. It's like they're Spider-Man. Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one. Everybody gets one. Celtics get 2.
I'm just like, I don't. It feels silly to me. Because some teams are like, I don't know, Bol. Do we give that guy a Superman? It's like, probably.
Yeah, they do throw him around.
They just throw it around. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. We're paying a lot of money to a lot of guys for a long time.
Yeah.
We just got our first championship. I'm going to bask in this. I'm going to.
Do you?
I think we could get another one.
Maybe not back to back, but 2 and 3.
But I think we could get another one because we have the exact core for the next 3 to 4 years.
Great core.
Jason Tatum signing a supermax. Derek White is eligible for an extension, which they're gonna give. Drew Holiday already signed. Kristaps already signed. JB already signed. Al Horford said he's coming back for another year.
Of course he is.
And the owner said, "I don't care how much I have to pay. I'll get paid in parades." So he's ready to pay whatever fucking luxury tax they throw at him.
Unreal.
We're going on a fucking run here, boys, and I am. Oh, we needed it. All the media did this whole fucking playoff run, this whole season, the 5 years, the whole time with the Jays has just been constantly getting shit on. And God, does it feel good to?
I told you, I knew they were good.
Face.
Look, here's the deal.
They were dominant. They were never over plus 450, I think 440 to win the championship this year. They were underdogs at like less than 5 times this entire year.
They're good. They were a good team, and you beat who you beat. You beat who you beat in the playoffs. You can't help injuries. You can't help all that other. I hate that argument. This isn't the bubble championship where there's like no fans and like people had to stay in hotel rooms and what's her name?
Was Mickey Mouse titles. It's not a Mickey Mouse title.
It's a real title. You played the players. You played the teams. Luka's got some introspection to happen. He's got to take a look at himself. Kyrie is who we thought he was.
Oh, it's so sweet to send him home in Boston.
It is sweet. What it is. So,
the
curse of I want to talk about the curse of the Ocho. On Friday last week, I write a newsletter article. We got 2 game 3s, 3-0 series. All right, it was always going to be brooms. It felt like the inevitable. The Oilers had done nothing. The Mavericks had done nothing. It felt like Celtics were going to sweep, and then the Panthers were also going to sweep, and we were going to be done and into our baseball season full force. And then, of course, the Mavs come out and play the one game that the Celtics usually have game 2. It's almost always game 2 of a series. They decided to do it later. So the Celtics shit the bed. Then it's like, oh, well, there's no sweep anymore. The Oilers also came out and said, oh, we're in the playoffs. Oh, this is the last series. We should play better. And showed up. And that's what I want to talk about next. How are you looking at this? Because I've seen a mixed bag from people. I'm looking at some people who are saying, well, Florida still needs just one. And I'm looking at it like, God, yeah, they needed one ago.
This
I
is.
feel like you've given too much room.
I was always pretty confident that the Celtics were going to win that game in Game 5 in Boston, but
Yeah.
the fear that would have overcome my body if we laid another egg in Game 5 and had to go back to Dallas, I wouldn't have wanted to do that. And now that's exactly what Florida has to do. They have to take that massive flight. Enjoy your flight, guys. Hope you enjoy your flight.
To the thriving metropolis of Edmonton.
Yeah, the beautiful mecca that is Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I don't want to do that. You should have wrapped that up. You should have been done with this. Go home. You're celebrating. Celebrate with the Celtics. Fuck it. The Bruins hate your guts, but Jason Tatum likes you guys.
You lose in Edmonton in Game 4, and it's like, yeah, all right, that makes sense. Maybe you don't get swept.
Yep.
You're still the better team. Bobrovsky's still a good goalie. Yeah, he got shelled, but
and then Connor McDavid went out there and did fucking leg work. He put on a masterclass. Backpack McDavid.
There's no Davo right here. It's all Davo.
No, it was Davo. That pass he had to parry after he sends Bouchard. I think it was Bouchard. He sent him up. He's like, no, I man the power play, and he fucking walked it up down the ice, and then all of a sudden the Jets went on. He made 3 guys miss. He split. I forget what defenseman it was for Florida, but he broke him 3 different times. He went bang to the right, brought it back left. He put the puck under the dude's stick twice. Yeah. It was absurd, and then he just right over to Corey
shovel
Perry
off to Corey Perry.
And he comes back into the huddle, and they're like cheering and get ready for the next shift. And Corey Perry was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. He was like fully expecting that not to make it to him, and it did. And he was like dumbfounded that it did.
Dude's played 1,300 games, and he was absolutely perplexed.
It's amazing to watch. From the Edmonton Oilers side in particular, it's got to make you feel at least a little bit better that you didn't just roll over and die. Skinner has been the better goalie for the last 2 games. Florida had a little bit. If they
benched Darnell Nurse, they might be up in the series. Like, how many own goals does the dude have? Every time there's a deflection, it hits Darnell Nurse and goes into the net. I was up at 6 o'clock to go to work.
No chance. We gotta be adults.
Oh yeah, I was up drinking to a horrific hour, but I got up and I went to work, and I did my due diligence.
Until we are making enough off of sponsorship on this show. However, we are still working day jobs.
I will be at the parade on Friday. That is happening. I will be
MVT. Don't
obnoxious early. I promise you.
We're getting there. We'll get to your Darcy Kemper. Bye. Don't you worry. We'll get there. We got. I just from
McDavid. It is a McDavid masterclass for the entirety of Game 5. He put the team on his back. He was coy with the media after the whole thing.
It's
4 and 5. You're right.
It's back-to-back 4-point games, and I don't think people understand how
it's fucking Jordan
rarefied that is. Like, forget the So first off, you can't take out the ridiculous point pace that he's on. If this goes 7, he's got an opportunity to threaten Gretzky's all-time record for points, which is stupid.
He's what, 5 off?
At a time. Yeah, he's at 42 out of the 47 seeded. He's had 2 back-to-back 4-point games. Could it happen? Totally. Will it happen? I don't think so. I don't know.
What do you have coming into the series? 28, or was that going into Game 7 of the Stars?
I think that might have been going into the Stars. They were talking about the all-time assist record being at a reach for a bit. They were like, well, he's going to get close. It's pretty crazy. I mean, Hyman's got 15 goals.
Right.
There's only 3 guys that have done it, and I think it's Lemieux and Ovi, and it's ridiculous. Yes. This is.
I was going to ask you that. I'm sure. Good question.
So this is where I think we're at now. So up to Game 3, was anybody other than Bobrovsky your Conn Smythe winner?
No. Barkov maybe, but no, it was Bobrovsky.
If Florida still wins the Cup in 7, is McDavid your Conn Smythe winner?
Yes.
I feel like he has to be.
He kind of has to be. The only reason they even had to do it in 7 is because Connor McDavid went full fucking backpack mode and strapped the team over his shoulders.
It's kind of it's incredible to watch, and you're watching like true generational talent. I asked the question earlier today, maybe yesterday. What's your worry level for Florida? If you're Florida right now, is it medium? Is it low? Or is it high? A lot of people were saying medium.
High.
I'm in the high boat.
I am too.
Kelly Rudy thinks that it's going 7 immediately. He's like, you're not going to win, and you're not going to win in Edmonton.
I don't think they win in Edmonton either.
Might as well stay home.
Yeah. I don't think.
Like, who do you start? You put Bob back in?
You gotta. Well, maybe not because they're never gonna just prepare for Game 7. I don't think they're gonna do that. They're not gonna do everything they can. Yeah, exactly. So I think they put them
back-to-back shorties to open the games. By the way.
Yeah. Connor Brown had scored.
Edmonton.
Games.
When you and I did the preview on this series, I said the one thing that Edmonton had going for them was speed. That was the one thing they had going for them. You said it was the physicality of they didn't play fast in the first game. Nope. They tried to play the Florida Panthers game, which is like heavy bodies, lots of traffic in front, and they were just not doing it. By the time they got to Game 3, the third period of Game 3, when they got the goal outburst, and they finally made a push. They didn't win, but they made a push. That's when you saw it. There was a point where like Bobrovsky allowed like 8 straight goals for Edmonton. Like 8. Florida had not answered 8 straight because it was the final 3 of Game 3, and then it was like a whole bunch in Game 4 because that did not go their way either. It was ridiculous. It was just completely ridiculous. It's owning.
Part of the I won't say a lot, but part of the reason Edmonton struggled to implement their pace the way they wanted to in the first couple of games of the series is because of all of those turnovers in their own zone. So many times I've said it a bunch through these playoffs, their defensemen can't get the entry pass out, and they turn it over. They just did it in Game 5. Kachuk got the goal off of it when they couldn't get it out of their own zone. Again, there's been less of that. It's still costing them, but they've found ways to get the forwards out into space and get onto the break and use what got them here. And
short passes and speed, man. Connor Brown blowing down. Like there was a point, I forget. I think it might have been Ekholm. He blasted by. They were like, they gave him an open lane. And instead of they're like, well, this guy's going to pass it. He was like, nope, skate. Yeah. And he just blew by everyone. It just blew by everyone. It was kind of crazy to see. I'm so happy. I'll be honest with you. I was a little worried that we were going to be out of sports and only into baseball, which you kind of like. So I love baseball. I really love baseball. But you got to wrap your head around like getting in that mode.
We do.
And when you go from like football,
especially when your team just won a championship, you're just like,
well,
I had to go from 10 to like, okay, we are 500. There's nothing else going on. Let's slow it down.
Oh, the 500. How nice that must feel. Look, you go from football where it's nonstop, and then hockey is like super fast pace. Celtics are beating everybody, so you're great. And then it's like you have to turn everything off and go into baseball mode. Yeah. Got to go into baseball mode, and that's tough. And I was worried we were going to be there. I'm so glad we have a series, even if Edmonton loses in Edmonton, which I'm not sure they will or not. I don't like. I wish I had a read on this. I really don't. I thought Florida would answer after getting dog walked in Game 4.
Same.
I thought that Florida was going to come out hungry and looking for it, but they looked tired, they looked beaten down, and they looked defeated. And now they got to fly again. I wonder if this is the longest consecutive trips the Cup has had to make before being awarded. So we're going to go Edmonton, Florida, Edmonton again. That's got to be like the most distance. It's already the most distance in a playoff series. And now the Cup has had to travel 3 separate flights. There's got to be a record. I'm sure someone's got it. most Ocho stat of the day. We had other NHL news.
I got an Ocho stat.
Oh, we got Ocho stats. Ocho stats.
Since the year 2000, 26% of all players who have played on the Red Sox, Patriots, Celtics, or Bruins have at least one championship ring. More than a quarter.
Nice.
Love that.
Nice.
Also, RC asked me kind of a difficult question in the chat about the Olympics. Tatum and Brown both absolutely hate resting. They don't do the fatigue, like, got to stay fresh. They don't do that. They try to do as much shit as they possibly can. I think this is a special occasion where they're probably going to go take some time off. They just had an incredibly long season. They got their championship. A gold medal to add to that would obviously be fantastic. But if I had to bet money on it, I think they'd probably go take some time off now.
Yeah, they should. Hey, the $68 million man got dealt. Pierre-Luc Dubois, after a whole season,
horrific year,
season.
Is him and Monty Williams getting paid the exact same amount?
No, Monty got like 70 something.
Oh, okay, either way,
I think. Anyway, it's
1 year and get the fuck out.
They're like, never mind. My favorite part about this deal. So there was another deal where we saw another goalie dealt. Kings got Darcy Kemper back. And you would think there's probably some different values exchanging here, maybe retention, maybe picks. Nope. It's a good old fashioned
1 for 1.
Look, give me that guy. That's what LA said. LA was
literally.
LA goes, pick a player, any player, and they're like Darcy Kemper, and they're like, done.
Bet.
Done.
It's that. Get him out of here. Get him the fuck out of here.
It's that scene in Moneyball where he's like, I don't know, pick a player, and then like scrolls on the list, and he's like, this guy, and he's like, nobody wants him. He's like, I want him. Yeah. And they pick
I was thinking Moneyball. I mean, that's how you just said Moneyball. They're semi-pro, where they trade him for the washing machine.
Yes.
Same type of beat.
The
Kings were like, we had goalies get hurt this year. Give us a goalie.
Give me a goalie.
I don't care. Goalies are fun. They're weird. Bring a new dynamic.
Caps didn't need Kemper. You didn't help him at all. And now they get Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Maybe he'll remember how to score.
I was going to say, if he can figure out half of the player that he used to be or is supposed to be, they've got a decent rebuild going on there. He's
going to have him shoot with Ovi for hours every day. Go sit there. He'll show you how to score from right there.
He is 26, so it's not like he's an old guy. He's young. He's got plenty of time.
You got a ton of control.
All the control you could
all
ever
the control
want.
If he ends up coming back and he finds it again, it's a steal of a deal for Washington.
Yeah, Washington should come out on top of this one
for sure.
We also had the Sharks claiming Barclay Goodrow, who I think they originally drafted him.
He was absolutely fantastic for the Rangers in their playoff run, too.
And then they had to let him go. Cap hell, I assume, is their issue.
Yeah.
Good for San Jose. Good for Macklin, who's going to be a Shark at some point. And the most... I remember, like, in November when I said that the New Jersey Devils needed a goaltender, they finally did it. Hey, it took you a full calendar year to get there.
More than that. They've needed a goalie for 2 years.
Finally trade. So the Flames acquire Jakob Markstrom. I don't know if it's Jakob. I'm going to call it Jakob, though. Could be Jacob. It's probably Jacob.
Probably Jakob.
He's Swedish, isn't he?
Yeah. Name like Markstrom? It's got to be.
For a top 10 protected 2025 first and defenseman Kevin Ball. Ball is cheap and is a good defensive. Yeah, he's a good defensive defenseman. He will not score you any goals. You're not that guy.
He had one.
You're not that guy, champ. Markstrom and Allen are going to be the tandem in New Jersey. How do you feel? Are they back into being a playoff team now? Can we move them back into the
They're still bottom end
contender power rankings yet?
They're a wild card team.
Do you know who I hate on that team? I don't understand it at all. Dougie Hamilton. He's like 400-year-old and broken.
Yeah, he is broken. He's been broken since he was with us.
I know, but
more and more broken.
I feel bad for the guy. I don't dislike him as a player. That's not what I'm saying. I think he just doesn't fit that team. Everybody else is fast and young.
Yes.
Totally fast and young. You're looking at you're just looking at much better players. He's like Pacioretty in
bug in my room. I've been trying to catch it this whole time.
He's like Pacioretty in Washington. It's like, yeah, you're there, but are you? You really
Only
doing
a
anything
shell
here?
of yourself is there.
The ghost of Dougie Hamilton. I feel for him. He just doesn't quite fit. They've got the two Hugheses and Nico Heischer, and I think they'll be good. But goaltending situation. Jesper Bratt. There was another acquisition I saw. Stars traded Dellandrea to the Sharks. Ty Dellandrea to the San Jose Sharks for a 4th-round pick in 2025.
Good PK guy. It's about
he's
3rd, 4th line center.
He is absolutely. He's had career high 28 points in 2023. He only played in 42 games in last season. He had 9 points.
Eesh.
63 hits though.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great PK guy.
Yeah,
he'll be good for the Sharks, especially when
Sharks are loading up.
Macklin's there.
Sharks are trying to load up. They're trying to
trying to win more than 10 games.
They're trying to beat what the Blackhawks are doing. The Blackhawks were like, "Give me Corey Perry," and then he got drunk and shouted at someone, and they were like, "Not that Corey Perry."
I don't want that Corey Perry. That Corey Perry can go win a ring. Go away.
I mean,
goes to Edmonton.
He's doing something, man.
How many people does he yell at when he gets blackout drunk after they win?
As many as he wants. I don't.
Especially if it's in Florida.
I don't think Edmonton's going to care. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. All right. Do you want to do most Ocho, or do you want to do our third baseman?
Let's do most Ocho.
In the most Ocho story of the week, Dubs is going to bring you a devastating sense of false, I guess, false good. I don't know how you would word that. They felt real comfortable with the victory.
False confidence.
Big false confidence. Big false confidence vibes. The world of
competitive walking, which is fucking absurd.
Not running.
Specifically not running. They're swiveling their hips. It is still walking.
Can't remove your you have to go heel toe.
Yeah. Got to. It's there's a certain technique. I've seen there's a friend I work with that could probably compete in this. They're a big time speed walker. But this is like I don't know if it was nationals or what was going on, but it was some sort of championship for the competitive walkers. Italians aced it. They got first and second. They're already dumb.
And the espresso.
Tao nailed it. That dumb bitch started celebrating third place. She's coming down she had a crazy name. It was like very close to Garcia Caro. I think that was what it was. It was wild. I was like, dude, say that in a Boston accent. That would fucking flow nicely. She starts celebrating third place. She's good. She starts waving her flag around. She's fucking hyping it up, walking to the finish line.
Tied the flag around her neck like a cape.
She was superhero status for that bronze medal. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, from the depths, somebody comes up, and the look on her face when she realizes she's being passed was absolutely priceless. You could hang that in a museum, and art critics would pay a blank check. Oh my God, it was priceless. This lady's just horrified, absolutely panic, and too late to do anything about it. There's no way to pick up pace. If you're getting like passed in a walking race, there's no coming back. You just walk faster. They got better pace than you. You're never going to tire out.
Race walking is believed to have originated in the Victorian era when noblemen used to bet on their footmen who walked alongside their employers' horse-drawn coaches.
It's like the caddy championships.
Yeah. It became known as pedestrianism and made its way to the U.S. in the late 19th century and caught on as a spectacle sport. The participant walking almost 1,000 kilometers in 6 days inside packed arenas. And then, of course, people started betting on it.
As we do.
Like the degenerates the American people are. Americans are like, hey, but can we bet on it? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, I don't care.
Of course you can.
We're good for me. This is also amazing. So the Euros are on right now.
Ultimate intimidation.
And I forget. I think it was the Netherlands were playing them. They were like, they were just like, and they had the spaghetti, and they were like,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. They did crowd work. They played it up.
It was
full
like
heel.
It was full heel mode. Full heel mode.
Full heel.
Absolutely loved it. Well, maybe we'll talk about Euros. I don't know. Not tonight. Not tonight.
Soccer fans are wild.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. Soccer fans will do anything for their team. Also,
I follow a page on Instagram that just does like their chants. It's just soccer chants. Oh, it's great.
I laughed. There were a lot of memes circulating when the Netherlands won. And it was like Dutch fans and F1 fans and Euro fans, and the F1 fans were doing the first time having to listen to the Dutch national anthem.
First time?
And they go, yeah, first time. And this, your first time? No.
Certainly not my first time.
Not our first time.
I hear that anthem 26 times a year.
Far too regularly. All right. Let's do our around the horn. We're on to third base. I had a tough time with this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are a lot of great third basemen. Not as many as say outfield.
There's not as many like no doubters to me. This one is a lot closer of a list than. I think there's a 1-1 though. A pretty clear 1-1.
Is it Mike Schmidt?
It's Mike Schmidt.
It's got to be Mike Schmidt.
It's Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt is 100% the one on this list. If he hit even like 285, he would be like looked at in a totally different light.
I mean, he's got 10 Gold Gloves.
Yeah.
3-time MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's loaded.
Yeah.
One of the best scenes from the Sunny Christmas special is when Mac is yelling about Mike Schmidt. The store employee doesn't know who Mike Schmidt is. He's like, I bet if Mike Schmidt walks in here, you got a toy for Mike Schmidt. He goes, I don't know who Mike Schmidt. I don't know who Mike Schmidt is. Steve Bedrock Petrosian.
Oh my God, Sunny is fantastic, but it's got to be Schmidt. There's no way around
Schmidt's
it.
One.
He says
this is incorrect.
Correct.
I wonder who Tao's going to say.
I can't wait for greatest third baseman of all time.
Brooks Robinson.
My number 2 is George Brett.
Same. He was number 2 on my list as well.
And I don't know how you can get away from it. Full-time Kansas City Royal, but 13-time All-Star, 3 Silver Sluggers, and just absolute dominant player. There he goes. We got a ding. He had 305. He had 305 for his career. 3,000 hits, 300 homers. Whole list is invalid. Get out of here. George Brett is there.
What if I don't even put him at 3?
George Brett?
No. Brooks Robinson. Is it Chipper? Is it Chipper next?
I mean, I like Chipper. This is where I had a hard time because
this is where it got hard for me too.
All right.
I think there's like 5 guys that could go between 3 and 4.
So I'll tell you who I really like and who I think needs to be on there. I really like Brooks.
I do too.
I really like Chipper.
Yep.
Can
I name the next? Can I name the next one?
Go ahead.
Adrian Beltre.
Beltre's got to be on there. And
Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs should be on there. And what about Paul Molitor?
He's just off of mine. I have him and Arenado are like just under my cut.
Arenado was amazing too.
And when you look at his like accolades,
and you know who you didn't even name?
Who's that?
Edgar Martinez.
Oh yeah, I always think of DH. That's why.
I mean, he was 5 Silver Sluggers.
Yeah, you're
312 average. And we, if we wanted to go back into the 70s, Ron Santo hit 277, and he's a 9-time NL All-Star with 5 Gold Gloves, and he hit 277 with 2,200 hits at third base for the Cubbies. So I guess the question is do we put Brooks on there and make MVT happy? I think we will.
If Chipper played like 2 more years, he could have got 500 home runs and 3,000 hits. He was 40 though when he retired.
I mean, that's crazy. Wade Boggs has 3,000 hits.
Yeah, he does.
Brooks Robinson doesn't.
Adrian Beltre has 3,000 hits.
I mean, but is it because he played forever? Chipper is on my list because he encapsulates everything about like 90s baseball.
Yeah, he's very nice. He's like, you look at Chipper Jones and you're like, that's baseball in 1997.
I like Chipper. I think my list goes Schmidt, George Brett, Chipper, and Robinson. And then I've got to leave off Boggs and Beltre and Molitor.
I'm leaving Robinson off. I'm going to put Boggs. I'm going to put Boggs. Schmidt. I don't even really think of, like, I know he was a Red Sox, but I think of him as.
I like Paul Molitor because of his time with the Blue Jays, and that's it. Like, he was he was part of those championship teams. So
Wade Boggs is one of the few, like, really good Red Sox that I don't particularly care for. Don't know why. Just never did it for me. But he's fantastic. He's one of the best players ever.
He really is. One of the best.
The man could put him away.
Yeah. Yeah, he could.
Another Sonny reference.
Yeah. Wade Boggs. He drank a lot.
Drank a fuckload of 60 fucking beers on a flight.
Yeah. There's like Andre the Giant level like myths about Wade Boggs.
Yeah.
Ability to drink. That's why I'm saying it was a tough.
With a name like Wade Boggs, you sound like you spit into a kettle and you fucking you put away some horrible beer that nobody wants to drink.
I'm gonna put Boggs as my 5. I feel like you need Robinson on the list as an ode to like the before times.
Mm-hmm.
Like Schmidt is. So Schmidt gets our 70s and 80s. George Brett for his ability. He played till 93, which is kind of crazy. I don't think I realized he was still playing that late. But he also had like some iconic moments. And then I feel like you have the choice between like an Eddie Matthews or like a Brooks to fill in that gap from that era.
Mike Schmidt's career war is 107.
Yeah. Yeah, if he had 300, he'd be the greatest player of all time.
Literally. That's
He's
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, he is absolutely unbelievable. Oh, buddy. I wanted to talk briefly about a couple of teams that are just absolutely shitting the bed. And it's not really a power rankings, but
can we get a RIP Willie Mays first?
yeah, we absolutely can. So Willie Mays.
We're talking about all-time greats at third base. Let's give Willie Mays some credit.
Willie Mays passed away yesterday.
Yeah.
And he is
93 years old.
He's 93. Died peacefully in his sleep, surrounded by family. Unbelievable player. I'm sad that he didn't get to see this like celebration. Is it tonight or like they're playing at the God, what the hell is the name of the field? Anyway, I'm completely blanking. They're doing the Negro League more like games like to honor the Negro League players. And they're basically not, he wasn't able to go. He said he wasn't able to go. And you knew that if he said that, he was probably not doing the greatest.
Right.
But he was incredible. I don't know.
Rick Woodfield.
Thank you.
I couldn't remember it either.
Yeah. I mean, he was born in Alabama and then played for the Black Barons.
Yep.
And then he played for the Giants, the New York Giants, which is why we call them the New York Football Giants now and not the regular New York Giants. Then he made his major league debut and he got his first hit.
Playing with the Black Barons in high school.
Yes. Yeah, he was just too good. You ever hear that Shane Gillis bit?
About Willie Mays?
About when white people realized it wasn't cool.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie Robinson.
knocks he knocks that voice out of all the whites. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh, that's funny.
Next up, old Curly.
No one's gonna hit old Curly.
45-year-old alcoholic. He's the best athlete on the planet.
Oh, that's too funny.
Runs a 6'5", 40-yard dash. So good. I got a couple other Willie Mays stats for you. Career average 301, played 21 seasons of professional baseball. He was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1979 with a 95% vote. 5% racists.
Hold on. I was going to say, imagine being that guy.
There were 5% of people that were just openly racist. Guys, you couldn't. How are you going to say no to Willie Mays? If there's ever been a 100% Hall of Fame vote, it's Willie
at that point,
Mays.
Those Hall of Famers were sitting there going, well,
at the time,
he's good, but I just can't let him in.
At the time he retired, he was third all-time in home runs with 660, third all-time in games with 3,005, and third all-time in runs at 2,068. And they're like, might not be a Hall of Famer.
Might not.
156 for WAR, third among position players. Babe Ruth and Barry Bonds, the only ones that are better. Led the NL in home runs 4 times, MLB 3 times. Led the NL in steals 4 times. Hit 345 in 1954.
Unbelievable.
And the last hit of his career was a go-ahead RBI single in the 12th inning of the 1973 World Series. It was as clutch as you can be.
Just the Connor McDavid of baseball.
To say, hey, kid.
Oh, man. Rest in peace, Willie Mays. Truly a legend. Do you know what else is a legend? The history of the Astros cheating.
Yeah.
Which seems to be completely
not alleged.
It's done, I guess. So Verlander back on the IL. More IL for everybody else. They've got Urquidy on the IL and someone else is on the IL as well. They've got like 3 of their 5 main starters are all long-term injured. And I just wanted to ask, so obviously should be sellers at the deadline. We have a couple of other teams that are sellers. With the amount of teams that make the playoffs now, how are you even evaluating who should sell and who shouldn't? We've had teams like the Jays probably shouldn't sell, but they will because they're idiots. I think they should sell the right pieces, but we'll see. Like, does Boston sell? You're on the cusp of a wild card team at 500.
John Henry will never sell, unfortunately. We're probably not going to be sellers at the deadline.
Super easy for teams like the Yankees and like the Orioles. You're clear buyers. You're
Obviously.
absolutely in the playoff case.
Cleveland's probably buying.
Cleveland's probably buying, although they shouldn't be. Minnesota might.
Seattle probably.
Seattle should be a buyer. The Dodgers should be a buyer.
San Diego probably shouldn't be, but they're probably gonna be because they always are.
Yeah. Is there anything more satisfying than watching?
I don't know. There's the middle of all these divisions are still really close right now. So you're right.
That's
it is.
the
It's
problem.
hard. Yeah, it's hard to be like. I mean, because you could just get 8 games and turn it around.
Well, you just play. You play it out, right? Like even our two teams who are playing currently, we're losing, but we have 2 men on. If we win this game, all of a sudden it's like, oh, look, and what if they start a streak? It's like, it's not helping anybody. Either lose, be bad, or be very bad, or don't be good, but don't be in the middle. I hate the fact that everybody's in the middle. There are so many teams in the middle.
It's the worst place to
So
be.
many teams. Yankees 51-24, Orioles 47-25. Only 2.5 games back. MVT, you gotta get them to buy. Make your call. Seattle is really come on as of late. Really liking what they're doing. The Phillies are gonna walk away with the NL East. I'm surprised. The Braves really need to turn it up. They'll be a wild card team. St. Louis Cardinals hanging around in second place in the NL Central is hilarious to me.
The Braves losing Acuna is huge, though.
Massive. Padres second place in the NL West, 9.5 games back of the Dodgers. Like, these divisions are bad. NL Central and the NL West are both bad.
All of those
Never
teams in the
mind.
NL West were supposed to be there. I got told all the offseason how good they were. The Diamondbacks, the Giants, the Padres, all offseason. Oh, they're going to be great.
Except for the
They're gonna be great.
Rockies.
Except for the Rockies. The Rockies are never good. So I saw somebody post the other day something about it, like Rockies fans have to be the most passionate fans in sports, because how could you watch 162 games of that every year?
342 winning percent, or 342, 34% win percentage. There you go. That's what you want. Look, you're only 20 games back of the Dodgers.
Oh, hey, 4-2.
Yeah, it's 4-2.
Oh, it was 3-2.
Oh, no, it's 4-2. We got 2 on with 2 out.
Hell yeah. Oh, I didn't. Who scored?
Yohan Duran scored, and then Gonzalez scored. Singled to right.
Okay.
Emmanuel Valdez to second. Matsutaka Yoshida scored.
I love Jaron Duran so much.
Jaron Duran is the reason your team is where they are.
100%.
Is there a more satisfying feeling than watching a team fall from grace that were total villains? Like, the Astros shitting the bed right now might be one of the most satisfying arcs ever. I yet to see anyone that's not a Houston fan go, oh, that sucks.
No, everybody's just enjoying it. Fuck
Everybody's
them.
like, ha.
That sucks. That sucks, doesn't it?
That's kind of what it feels like. It's
You'll
kind
find
of
no
ridiculous.
pity for me for that.
No, they won't. We're getting close to the end here. You got anything else before we get to stoned stories?
Yeah, I don't
I think
think
it's
so.
time. It's time.
Yeah. Parade Friday.
The parade is Friday.
I fucking cannot
Parade's
wait.
Friday, and Florida hopes to end.
The other day it was supposed to be like 100 degrees on Friday. And
It's gonna
sunny,
be-
and
so-
now it's gonna be like 75 and raining.
We need to
Which
talk about
could
this
be-
for 2 seconds,
It'd
because
be all right.
not that weather matters anything, but it's not supposed to be 90 in Canada, and it's going to be 90 tomorrow, and I can't do that.
It was
not built
94
for this.
when I got out of work today.
That's not nice. Why are we doing this to ourselves? What happened?
I don't know. It's hot though.
Bill Nye, fix it.
I Luckily, live near a lake that I can cool off in. But
I mean, I live beside the harbor. It's right there. I can see it.
hop
We're
in.
we're on the ocean, and it's like 90.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's the Atlantic is out my door, and they're like, "You get all of the heat. Congratulations."
I'm pretty over it already. I turned my AC off for this, and you can probably see it. I'm sweating fucking bullets.
My fan is off for this, and we'll be back on momentarily.
Momentarily, I am.
It's
sweating
loud.
buckets.
It's so loud. I had to turn it off. It's so loud.
I had to find clothes to scurry on before we started to record. It's they're fucking FCC'd.
Yeah, we're gonna get demonetized
before
we get monetized. Be like,
I was about to free the nipple.
Yeah. All right, give me a Stone Stories.
Go to Ohio tonight. This was a story a couple months ago. I don't think I used it. I think I was going to and then found something else. But Ohio attorney was disciplined for taking a shit in Pringles cans and tossing them into parking lots. He lost his his license to practice law for a few months, but he just got that reinstated on Tuesday. Jack Blakesley of Noble County, Ohio, finished serving his 6-month sanction that the Ohio Supreme Court imposed in November. The court said Tuesday that Blakesley had complied with the conditions, including no further misconduct, to get his license back. In November of 2021, surveillance cameras recorded footage of Blakesley, a criminal defense attorney, dropping a Pringles potato chip can into a parking lot of a crime victim advocacy center. The can contained human feces. Blakesley's behavior called into question his fitness to practice law, the Ohio Supreme Court decided in November. During his disciplinary process, Blakesley claimed he didn't target anyone and said that he pulled this prank at least 10 times that year, which means it was probably way more.
It's way more. It's so
He's a lawyer, dude. He's a lawyer.
Way more.
He's like, oh, I did it 10 times this year. It's fine. It's just a joke. It's nothing.
No, it's way more
about it. It's way more. That guy was shitting in Pringles cans probably damn near every day and just tossing them out the window. It reminded me very much of the Boomerang Man, Prince King.
Yeah.
Or not a boomerang, slingshot.
Yeah.
I saw a video earlier today of somebody hucking a boomerang and it came back and hit him in the face.
That's amazing.
I had boomerangs on the mind. But the a wild move. It's like shit, like dog shit on the front steps. I've never got it.
Billy Madison.
It is, but I've never got the shit pranks.
No.
There's it's funny. Farts are funny, but I don't know. I don't want to throw my shit around. I'm not a fucking chimpanzee.
I feel like there's a lot more involved in wanting to do that level of prank.
And like he's not. Is it even a prank at that point? He's not. No. Is he sitting around waiting for somebody to find it? No, he's just shitting in cans and throwing them out of his car. You're a fucking lawyer, brother. You had to have known at some point this was going to come back and get you.
He's like, the truckers told me it was okay.
Also, criminal defense attorney.
Amazing.
Not even like, I do divorce court. No, he's a criminal defense attorney, and he's nonsense. Ohio's a nonsense state. The more we do this show, the more I realize how much of a fucking nightmare of a location that
Ohio's not even real.
It might not be real. It's the Florida of the Midwest.
Jesus. For our last call, I just want to remind everybody to make sure you sign up for the newsletter last week on Friday. Mixed bag for our bets, but still hit some, missed others. That's all right. That's what you do.
Hit a wild parlay last week.
You had a wild parlay. We also had a story about a guy who brought actual lions to a soccer game, which was
stud.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
He's like, and the fans.
I'm telling you, dude, these soccer fans are fucking.
They were like,
hey, different planet.
You know what we need to do? We need to bring a lion cub to the soccer game. We're also going to put him in our jersey. Why? Fuck him. That's why.
And then you just Simba
up
to the
you
crowd.
Just Simba the whole time. The crowd goes wild.
Wild.
Absolutely nanners. They
show the lion. Show the lion.
There's the amount of people sitting calmly around a lion, though, was like a little alarming for me.
Well, that he probably showed up and goes, everyone here has to be calm. There's a lot going on. It's going to get scared if you guys are amped too. Like, you guys got to stay calm.
I will say, I mean, it happened in the in the Palestinian soccer league. So like they've got a lot going on over there right now. There's like literal
Would you
war.
Would you ever get a pet that could kill you? No, me neither.
No, it seems like
Well,
anyone that gets all of the like, oh man, I really want watch Tiger King and I want a tiger. It's like,
nope.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, you're a dummy.
That's
all I need to know about you.
They ate Siegfried and Roy, and they loved them.
I just added I'm never gonna financially recover from this to my soundboard.
Fantastic.
Chef's kiss. If you had to have one last thing before we get out of here, if you had to have one exotic pet, what would you take? Do you have anything that you've ever been like, oh, if I won the lottery, I'd go get a fucking
probably like a penguin, man.
That'd be sick. Penguins would be sick.
It would build like a huge like penguin enclosure, but like not like
you would be struggling to
not
keep
zoo
it happy during
not
your
zoo size
week right now.
You'd have to build it like it'd have to be massive. I'd need like 300 acres where I could just like build out like this whole ice palace place.
Penguins sick. Penguins is a good answer.
Yes.
That's good.
It's not going to eat me.
I've always wanted capybaras.
Oh, capybaras would be amazing.
They're sick. They love to swim. They're just like big guinea pigs.
Yeah, there's real big guinea pigs. If you were a little person, you could probably ride it.
Raccoons. I would love a raccoon.
We see raccoons all the time here.
Yeah, but I want one. They'd be a nightmare, though. They get into everything. They have those hands.
They do have the little grabby hands.
Yeah, they can do whatever. So you come home and guess what? You have to go buy all new sauces and condiments and spices.
Because they've eaten everything.
It's all gone. Or it's on the floor. They opened something. They went, I don't like that. Down it goes.
Worse than a toddler.
The other thing, I follow this lady on Instagram that has a raccoon. She's
Instagram has
it must be all she does. She seems like the type of person it's her life is raccoons and that's it.
You should follow Dubs on Instagram.
You sure should. You should follow me on Twitch too, playing games, having fun.
Follow Dubs on the Twitch. He's having fun. Stone Sports Podcast, all one word. Check him out. You can find me on Twitter at ArmchairCommon2. I'm the one usually posting nonsense about sports. Next week, last show before summer hiatus, I think we'll take maybe a little bit of July off, maybe a couple of weeks because old Armchair is going on vacation.
That works for me.
And then we'll be back. So next week, last episode for a little bit, a couple of weeks, and then we'll be back probably middle July once we've gotten some baseball things to talk about. For Dubs, I'm Armchair. I'll see you next week here on the Ocho. Peace.